Well, hey guys, you haven't seen me in a while, have you? So I've been really busy with life stuff. To put it completely simple terms, I've just been really busy with stuff outside of YouTube. And as most of you guys seem to know and understand this without even having to ask, YouTube is a hobby for me. It's not a full-time job. I would like to dedicate more time to this channel, but I kind of can only really do that when time allows. And it seems like as I've gotten older through the years, you start losing more and more of that time that you would have normally dedicated to stuff like this. It's not a bad thing because I feel that the time that I'm spending doing other things is a bit more important, but I would like to kind of get back into making some videos for you guys, and I definitely have some stuff that I'm kind of thinking up and putting together. One of them being this thing. I've been trying to mess with this for about the past half hour, and unfortunately it just does not want to start. It's got some sort of spark issue, and I just noticed that the gas tank is leaking around the seams, or around the seam. There's only one. Very common with these as they age, unfortunately. I do have a few more in the hoard, but I might just swap a good used motor onto this. This thing does feel a little bit low on compression, and I was hoping that I could have saved it, but I don't know that I'll be able to. There is still plenty of good parts on it though, so that's a positive. But I have been trying to get you guys videos, but coupled with things going on in my personal life and the heat, which has finally started to back off a bit. Now it's in, the low to mid 90s as opposed to like 108, which it pretty much was for most of July and well into August, into the high triple digits. So now that it's starting to cool off, I can kind of get back into doing some of this stuff. There's definitely some other projects I want to get into, more tool reviews, more sort of vlogs, or my personal opinions on things. Yeah, you guys can kind of see I haven't really been up to much. In fact, the last thing I did was I changed out the brakes on that Oldsmobile that I had. I no longer own that thing. And yeah, I don't even think I did a video on that. But like I said, I've just been so swamped with other things that YouTube really kind of took a back burner. And honestly, I did kind of need a break. For a while there, I was feeling like I was getting burnt out doing this. And I just needed to take a break for a while, in all honesty. But other than that, I do plan on, as I said, coming back with some more videos. And you guys will have some more content here in the hopefully fairly near future. As far as all the equipment goes, everything's been okay. I used that about a month ago. It's still working fine. Same with this. And also this, I edged the whole area here about a month or so ago. Still haven't gotten to this yet. That's still on the chopping block. And there's my damn tripod, which I was looking for. Let's see here. I did an oil change on the car. Oh yeah, I haven't really updated you guys with that. So some of you might remember from my older videos, I had my trailer over here full of car parts. And that was because my coworker had run into my car at work. He was very apologetic over it, and I actually kind of felt sorry for him, just because of the whole situation and circumstance. But anyways, insurance ended up totaling the car, essentially. And so I wound up with my mom's old car, which I bought from her, which is another Fusion. So I had the choice to either, spend the insurance money and, go back to a dealership and get into another payment, or I could take the insurance money and buy a car outright. So that's what I did, and this was the easiest car to get a hold of. My mom had tried to sell it for at least a few months, and I had it up on Craigslist, and I had it smogged and e-tested and everything, and I only had a few people call on it, but I've been driving it for about the past couple months, and it's been great so far. I've been really happy with it. So hopefully that's going to be my last big car purchase for a while, but we'll see how that goes. I ended up getting rid of that Oldsmobile, namely because it failed smog. And it had gotten to the point where I had already dumped so much money into it, just trying to keep it going, that in this state, when your car fails emissions testing, it has to be fixed, or else you can't register the car, and they won't give you a updated tag for that year. So basically, I didn't really have a choice. Either I was going to spend, $300, $400, $500 trying to sort it out, and I know was a computer issue with the throttle position sensor, because that was really the only other thing it could be. And a new computer for that thing, I didn't even want to bother looking it up. I knew it was going to cost at least $100, if not a little more. But I was kind of at the point with that car where I'd already dumped so much money into it that I just retired it with the state of California, and I ended up getting $1,000 for it from the California Air Resources Board. So that actually worked out pretty well, and made all my money back on it and then some. So I was pretty happy with that. It's kind of unfortunate that the car had to be essentially scrapped, but it is what it is, and I'm kind of happy with the outcome, all things considered. So that Fusion is the only car I have right now, and hopefully it's going to stay that way. I don't have any motorcycles. I don't know that I'm going to be buying any more motorcycles anytime soon, but we'll see what happens. I still have some other stuff that I want to get to, like I was saying. I do have this old chainsaw. I don't remember if I showed you guys this thing. But it's got a Tecumseh engine on it. I'm assuming that it's two-stroke because it's got like this split sort of tank. I mean, I think, you know what, that might be for the oil or for the chain. It might actually be four-stroke. I really don't know. I know I saw some sort of brand or logo on this thing, but I don't remember where I saw it at. There's supposed to be one right there, and I can't remember. Oh, here it is. I think Hofco, Richmond, Indiana. Be a cool saw to get going. I've been trying to find pictures on it, and it's been so long since I did that I don't even remember what they look like, if they're even supposed to be painted, or even what color it's supposed to be. So that's one project that I would like to get to, is this thing. And then also I have another chainsaw over here, which I believe is hiding. Yeah, right here, this home line. So if any of you guys have seen the Evil Dead movies, Ash, the main character in it, has one of these as a hand. And I've wanted to restore this thing for a while. Hopefully I can get around to it. I definitely need to find some parts for it, at the very bare minimum, a tune-up kit. And hopefully I'll get a couple videos on that thing. And then I've got this, which was my grandpa's, and it doesn't want to start, so it's probably a carburetor issue. I haven't really looked into it any further than that. So that'll have its own video as soon as I can get to it. And as I said, I have plenty of little engines here, and including one outside that can go onto that lawnmower over there. And then I also got from a friend of mine an older Honda 5-horse overhead valve engine. I don't remember the model number offhand, and it's probably buried somewhere. It might be right there. I'll have to figure that out. But I would like to put that on something, but I was thinking about saving it for this whenever that motor takes a shit, because that motor actually came off of a yard vacuum, believe it or not. The yard vacuum was trash, but the motor was still good, so my buddy gave it to me, and been pretty happy. Gotta love getting free stuff. And then I would like to restore this. There's a couple videos on it. It's another Royal full metal vacuum. Same with this thing, this old Electrolux. I do want to kind of get into the vacuum stuff again, leave it on this channel, and it's not going to be a regular thing, but it is going to be something that I will dabble in from time to time, because I do have more than a few of you asking me to do more vacuum videos, so it's going to be on the chopping block. And I'm also going to upload some of my vacuum videos from the other channel onto this one, so we'll go and see what happens from there. But anyways, this video has gone on long enough, and I don't even think I'm going to edit it before I put it up, so you guys are going to kind of get it off the cuff. But until then, stay tuned for more. I'm going to try and be a little bit more regular with things if life doesn't get in the way, but I hope I see you guys again here soon. Stay classy.